Hello, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing Monday and welcome back to the Reality Bang. I'm RJ Yohann, your host for this session, and thank you for tuning in. That's it. If you guys want to contribute to our topics, have any questions, or just want to tell us what an amazing job we're doing, you can reach out to us at 6364252164. Now, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about finance. Of course, we are talking about more of the perspective of a common man, so let's call it Common Man Edition. And of course, we have a special guest here with us, Mr. Kiran, who is the staff
Yes.
member here at FEBA. It's indeed a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. So, let's start, shall we? So, my
Yeah.
very first question is now, how does the government's budget, or the entire budget scheme, impact the common folk?
I want to explain that with some illustration.
Okay.
In a house, father
Hmm.
he takes care of all the finance normally in an
Yeah,
average
normally, yeah.
normal this thing. Father takes care of the finance thing, everything.
Hmm.
So, and he gives some portion of the amount to mother, mother his wife,
Yeah.
to manage the household,
Hmm.
and he gives some pocket money
To the
to the
kids, yeah.
kids. So you see that the same way in our country we have central government, state governments, and we have talukas, panchayats, everything.
Hmm.
It's something like that only. A father is nothing but central government.
Hmm.
So it has the bigger picture. It allocates some resources to all the departments, all the states, and state has its own budgets, and it takes some from central budget.
Hmm.
It has its own source, and again it will again give it to panchayats, taluks, all these things.
Hmm.
So everything is interconnected from central to all the panchayat level also. The thing is that how it affects us when the policies the central government takes normally about infrastructures
Hmm.
like building roads, railways, and so when it is doing that, it is doing in the states.
Yeah.
So it's investing in the states. So states also they have to take that benefit
Hmm.
so that they can build up industries, business, and all that, so that economic grows.
Hmm.
So that way, and also there is other like healthcare, there is education, and similar thing like here in this thing also they want to sponsor some programs, state sponsored any program like if they want to build some irrigation
Hmm.
projects like dam and all that.
Yeah.
So government it will give some central government it will give some this thing to the
Funds for that.
funds
Yeah.
for that. So while doing all this, whether it's state or central, whatever it is doing for whom? It is doing for the people.
People at the end. Yeah.
Okay, so if government is giving some budget allocation for metro,
Hmm.
and metro is built, who's using it?
I mean, the
People.
people, obviously. Yeah.
So it everything is for people only.
Hmm.
Then again, there are policies like regarding income tax,
Of course. Yeah.
GST,
Hmm.
this kind of things where it directly affects the people.
Yeah.
So income tax recently, we everybody was very happy when they heard that up to 12 lakhs.
Yeah.
There
You
is no
won't be. They
yeah
won't be taxed. Yeah.
so that means what? So some money will be left with the people. So
Yeah.
that kind of policies are there where it will directly or indirectly it will affect the common man.
Hmm.
So both central budget, state budget, or even the local bodies budget, whatever it is, everything is interlinked, and also it is for the people, which affects in everywhere
Hmm.
in every aspect.
Of course. Now, of course, we know about the old tax regime and, of course, the current tax regime. So, when I'm talking tax, I'm talking specifically about income tax. Now,
Yeah.
what's the difference between the old tax regime and the new tax regime, and why should we care at the end of the day regarding the entire new tax
Yeah.
regime?
Yeah. See, basically it's like this, Johan. See,
Yeah.
the income tax what we had the previous one, I mean the old one,
Hmm.
it had lot of deductions and it had a lot of exemptions.
Yeah.
When I say deductions, matlab you have certain income and the government wanted to give some benefit if you invest in some of the funds or some policies or whatever it is there.
Hmm.
So they want to say if you have some 10 lakhs and if you have invested in PF about 1 lakh,
Hmm.
so that 1 lakh you can minus from your income and the rest what comes you can pay.
Okay.
You can calculate tax and pay
Hmm. Hmm.
something. So we had a lot of sections,
Hmm. Even I
maybe
think there was a
15.
section for donation as well, right? If you
Yeah,
donate to various
yeah,
charities, we
ATG
do
and
get
all
a
that.
tax
Yeah,
rebate.
that everything comes under the chapter 6
Hmm.
AA, this thing. So it was like cumbersome, or we had a lot of what to say deductions where people were not using it also.
Hmm.
And also when assessing your income tax, it was something like, you see whether this is there or this is not there or something, a lot of provisions were there.
Yeah.
So to cut down that, to simplify that, what the government has done is that we'll remove all these 15, 20 deductions, exemptions, whatever is there,
Hmm.
and we will say that you have only some 3 or 4 deductions. That's all.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like investing in pension scheme and something like that.
Hmm.
So if you invest in that, you will get the deductions.
Okay.
That's all. Simple.
Okay.
You have 10 lakhs and you have some 4 deductions. This thing. So if you have whatever the investment you have done, if it falls under these 4 categories,
Hmm.
you will deduct, and then you pay the tax. Now the question becomes that the whole lot of deductions has been removed, whole lot of
Hmm.
exemptions has been removed. So your income tax will increase.
Yeah.
So to negate that, what the government did was, in the new tax regime,
Hmm.
we say that we'll increase the threshold, this thing, or rather they
Income
increased
that
it.
can be taxed.
No, they increased the rebate.
Oh, okay.
They increased the rebate.
Hmm.
So if you even if your tax comes to this extent, you'll not be taxed.
Okay.
So that way they simply modified or simplified
Hmm.
the provisions, and also they saw that it doesn't affect your tax paying liability, it doesn't increase
Yeah.
drastically
Hmm.
your
Hmm.
liability. So that way they did. So it's something like this: old tax regime, you have lot of deductions, exemptions,
Hmm.
and in new tax regimes you don't have so much of deductions and exemptions, but your rebate is increased. Even this 12 lakhs what they did, it is
Hmm.
for the new regime.
Yeah.
That old regime, it is still that 5 lakhs.
Hmm. Hmm.
Up to 5 lakhs you have the rebate.
Hmm. Hmm.
That means you need not have to pay tax.
Yeah.
But in new regime, up to 12 lakhs you need not have to pay tax.
Hmm.
So uh, this way, in the new regime, they have simplified the provisions. They have removed all the exemptions, concessions, everything, and they have increased your threshold.
Okay.
Not threshold, but your rebate threshold, I can say.
Hmm. Hmm.
They have increased it to 12 lakhs.
Hmm.
So this is the basic difference between the old regime and new regime.
Hmm.
But again, it depends on the individual income.
Of course. Yeah.
uh, you have to actually calculate according to, if you are so interested, you calculate as per the old regime.
Hmm.
You see what is the liability, and you calculate as per the new
New
regime,
regime.
and calculate whichever is less, you can opt.
Of course. Yeah.
You can opt and you can pay the
Hmm.
tax. But ultimately, the government, it will move to new regime. That is sure. And even they have already the new income tax, this thing it has come. They have sent it to committee.
Hmm.
After all the review, they say that maybe July or something like that, they will bring it to parliament, and that will be passed.
So, of course, nowadays we hear a lot of families saying, oh, yeah, we have a family budget. We are like, functioning within a budget. So, what exactly is this, family budget? And does it actually help?
Yeah. For that, I'll just ask you a question.
Okay.
Uh, how you will plan to spend your salary in the month? Whether you have any plan, or just you got money, tomorrow you spend or something like that.
So I actually function on like a 30-20-50 rule. So I don't know. It's many people say like 70-30 to 70-20 15-20
Whatever it
something
is,
something like
whatever
that.
it is.
So basically, my 30% I basically put for my investments and all of that. 20% is into savings, and of course 50% I have to spend because it's very
that
difficult living in a
that
big
that
city.
itself, see, that itself is a budgeting.
Hmm.
See, for individual, you are saying that 30, 50, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So also, when you come to family,
Hmm.
see, basically, budgeting, uh, by having budget, you will have some discipline, financial discipline in your this thing.
Hmm.
Otherwise, without anybody, I have seen some people that if money comes, summa they'll spend.
Oh
They
yeah.
don't. They don't think of any future this
Hmm.
thing, or
Hmm.
any other emergencies or something like that. Money is there, enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, do you think that is the way we should live? I don't think
Of
so.
course not. No.
We should think about future, and nowadays it is very uncertain time.
Yeah.
You don't know whether you'll have the job today, or whether the income that you are earning today, it will be there for tomorrow or not.
Hmm.
So in that situation, in that scenario, I think if you have family budget,
Of course.
like where see, based on your income, suppose you are having 200K income per month,
Hmm.
you can plan according to that. See,
Yeah.
so much I have to pay for my bills, so much for my children's education,
Hmm.
so much for my investment,
Insurance and all of
yeah,
that. Yeah.
investments, so much for my entertainment.
Hmm.
Don't leave out anything. So based on your this thing, whatever capacity is there, financial capacity, you plan it, and accordingly you try to use. You should stick on to that.
Hmm.
That's very important. At the end of the day, you should again go back and see, I had planned so much, or this way I had planned, whether I'm able, I did that one, or I just just planned and but forgot it.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's not like that. So you just review that one and see where you have missed out, where you have exceeded, or where you have not met your targets. Then correct it in the next. So
Yeah.
by this, you will have, the important thing is that financial discipline.
Hmm. Hmm.
You are planning, you are achieving your objective, you are sustaining your life, your family life,
Hmm.
and also you are seeing that you are enjoying, or you are managing the finances, whatever that is available to you in this uncertain scenario.
Hmm.
That's more important.
Yeah.
So I think that family is, budgeting is nothing but you plan your expenses
Hmm.
according to your income.
Yeah, and they should make sure they stick to it
Yeah.
because many people, like many youngsters nowadays, I have a feeling like, so personally, with people who I work with, now they say, okay, I am going to, do this, do that, I'm going to save certain amount of money. At the end of the month,
But
like,
they don't do that.
yeah, they don't have anything.
That's very wrong. That's very wrong. We have to stick to whatever we plan.
Yeah,
At least 80 to 90% we have to stick. And
exactly.
also, what I do is that out of the income that what I earn,
Hmm.
some portion of amount, even though I don't need so much,
Hmm.
I'll keep some extra buffer and say that with this portion, I'll do whatever I want.
Hmm.
Whatever I want, either go to restaurant, go to cinema, go to whatever it is that.
Yeah.
Maybe it may not be to that extent, or it may not at all be there, whatever it
Hmm.
is. So keep that kind of thing also in your budget,
Yeah.
so that the remaining 90% or something like that, at least you will achieve the target. That
Yeah.
this much is for investment, this much will go,
Yeah.
no matter whatever happen.
Hmm.
For my enjoyment, I have this portion. I will
Hmm.
enjoy in this. Remaining, this is for that, I will do for that.
Exactly.
So we have to have a budget.
Hmm. Of course, I don't. I don't think Like recently, like there's this whole thing on Instagram Reels. Like, you have various influencers going to Church Street and asking them, "Oh, how much money do you think you need to survive in, big cities like Bangalore, Mumbai, Chennai, Delhi, and all of that?" So, I mean, of course, which brings me to the next question. Now, how much money or how much of income do you actually need to, live, quite comfortably in big cities?
You can answer that. See, suppose you are living in Bangalore.
Yeah.
You are living in Bangalore. How much you need? Suppose if you think that if you are living in some B class cities, how much you need? It,
I mean, it depends on the person's lifestyle.
that's the
So,
thing.
yeah.
That's the thing. See, wherever you live,
Hmm.
whatever this thing is there, it depends on your own perception about how you spend, how you live,
Yeah.
how much you may earn in lakhs, you may earn in thousands.
Thousands. Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that if you are living in Bangalore, every weekend you should go to pub, or
Yeah.
every weekend you should go to some commercial street and purchase this thing. Nothing is. It's not like that.
Yeah. It's not necessary. It's not
It's not
compulsory. Yeah.
necessary. So human, you can see that there are some basic needs where you have to spend.
Yeah.
You have like food, shelter,
Clothing.
clothing,
Yeah.
and for some if you're a family man, children's education, health, that kind of things, it is must, you have to do that.
Yeah.
But apart from that, for example, entertainment,
Hmm.
entertainment also you provision it, that okay, during this period I'll spend only so much for my entertainment,
Yeah.
and maybe this year we'll go for a trip or a vacation, and next year we don't go. So something like this, you provision your needs
Hmm.
and see that what is required that you do. It's not that you have to follow somebody and okay, if you are very carefree and if you don't have any responsibility, obligation, and if you don't have any financial discipline and all that, then it's left to you. Then if, even if you give once a year to them,
Yeah.
it will not be
Yeah.
enough.
They
It
won't
will
be
not be
satisfied.
enough.
Yeah.
Because I have seen people who survive with just earning some 10,000 or 20,000 in the same Bangalore city.
Yeah.
And I have seen people in one incident, one there was a one query. This actually happened. One query in Hyderabad city. The person, he is actually a software engineer, and he's earning monthly about 2.5 monthly
Luck.
2.5 lakh.
Oh wow. Okay, that's good.
And you know what is this question?
Hmm.
Sir, I am earning 2.5,
Hmm.
but I am unable to do any savings.
In 2.5.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
I am unable to do savings. So you suggest me, is there any investment options or anything where I can force upon me so that I can do something I can do. But this 2.5 is not enough, but at least I can plan. You know
Okay.
what? He just, one rough breakup he gave.
Hmm.
The breakup is like this. He has EMI. I don't think he doesn't, even on mobile also he has EMI. I don't know. On everything he has
Okay.
EMIs.
Okay.
Housing, vehicle, or even a trip. All kind of whatever, almost EMIs it is there in his salary. And
Okay.
ultimately he has some 50 or 60 something like that, it is left in his house, and he has to take care of his children's education and other expenses, other bills. So where he will have the money?
Okay.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
But whereas other people have seen that with just 20K, they're comfortable.
Yeah.
So as you said, it depends on the individual. Wherever they live, it doesn't matter. It depends on the individual, how they see, how they plan, how much discipline they have in their life.
Yeah.
See, when I heard this question about having 2.5 lakhs per month, and you say that you don't have money,
Like for
or
savings and
you
all.
are
Yeah.
unable to save this thing, it's very strange.
Yeah. Like actually nowadays I think like it's mostly about the whole EMI fad that is going on with a lot of youngsters nowadays.
Correct.
They think like, okay, let me have a bunch of EMIs
Yeah.
and maybe I mean money will take care of itself. Like
Correct.
let's keep a bunch of EMIs.
I have seen that people with fat salary, uh, still they will be struggling, to pay bills or to pay some, school children, this thing and all that.
Yeah.
They'll be asking for school children whether it is monthly or quarterly or yearly, how it is. You know, when I see their salary breakup, I mean, the how they dispose their income,
Yeah.
everything is EMI.
Oh yeah.
Everything is EMI.
Yeah.
And even I have seen I think couple of cases. They have good jobs, everything is there, but suddenly they lose the job,
Yeah.
and they're not worried about how we can live. They're worried about EMI
Yeah.
will come, how to pay.
Yeah. How to pay the EMI? Yeah.
Maybe they will have some savings, or they may get some this thing while they're when they're shown pink card. See, by that they may able to manage some 4 5 months or something like that. But
Yeah.
after that, what?
Yeah.
And I have seen people, some of the people where they still depend on their parents because they lost job and they're unable to manage the.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a simple thing is that you should have a financial discipline. Being a common man, that doesn't mean that uh,
Take
or
everything on EMI. Yeah.
everybody has wishes. They have ambition. Everything is there, but you see your strength. Okay, if you want to fulfill that, this one story I remember. There was one guy who was well qualified and well learning. Everything was there. And once what happened? He went on a vacation,
Okay.
and he saw that one person after doing fishing, he was playing. He had fishes there, and he was playing with his child. And then this being having a financial background, he was thinking that what this person is wasting time. Instead, he could have done some other things. So he went to that person and he was asking, "What you are doing? Why you are wasting time? What I am wasting time?" So then he said, "See, you have caught some 4 5 fishes. Instead of that, if you had used net, you could have caught more fish. You could have sold. You could have earned more money. Then you could have bought some, bigger net and a boat. So you could have ventured inside this thing, and you could have caught some more fishes. You could have sold. You could have made money and all that." Then after listening all these things, that person, that villager, he asked him, "After all that, what you want, what you're going to achieve?" He asked. Then he said, "After when you have money, you can enjoy. You can enjoy the life. You can have a peaceful life." Then Chumba, he saw him and he said, "What do you think I'm doing now? I am enjoying. I am having a peaceful life. I need whatever I need. I have that. So why I have to break all my head and do all those things what you're telling?" So it is something like that. You have something, you try to be content with that. Otherwise, if you are able to increase your income, and then you spend it, no problem. But whatever you do, have a financial discipline. Then only you can, what to say, you can have a peaceful life, you can have a content life, and also you will learn to live in all kind of situation, whether it's good, bad, ugly.
Yeah.
You will learn to live in, if it is ugly also, you will learn how. There was one person, one film director, actor, he was telling that, "I know how to live when I have 10 rupees. I know how to live when I have 10 crores."
Yeah.
So by that statement, you should understand how much he has learned, or how much financial discipline he has.
Yeah.
So that attitude we should have.
Of course, I think it goes back to the saying like more money equals to more problems. But at the end of the day, it's like how you manage it.
Correct.
Because many people they go on the basis of wants, their desires.
Correct.
It's not on the basis of need.
Yes.
Because I guarantee 100% if most of the people went on the basis of need,
Yeah.
inflation would not be this high.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
demand and supply, right? So the more
Correct,
you need
correct,
something, the more the demand
correct,
is going to
correct,
increase,
correct,
right?
correct. In one way, it is correct.
Yeah.
It's correct. So it's basically the attitude.
Hmm.
What
Yeah.
attitude you have towards the money, and
Exactly.
what attitude you have towards your own life.
Hmm.
See, if you, it's not that if you live in some big house and if you have some BMW or Fortuner, then only, no, it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's your mindset that, whether if, even if you live in a hut, whether you have a content of life,
Hmm.
whether you have a peaceful life. So many people I heard that, when I was in my native, I used to have a lot of time with my family.
Yeah.
After I came to Bangalore, I don't have time to spend, to see my children, to talk to them,
Hmm.
to spend time with them. Even if you have time, you don't have that kind of patience,
Yeah.
because all your energy, patience, everything, you have spent it on the road.
Yeah. On your work and all of that. Yeah.
So it's all attitude and how you see that.
So, of course, bringing back me to the final question. Now, many people say, like, all these financial gurus and all this dudes on Instagram and all, they say, like, to actually be successful in life, you should actually be financially successful or at least have a financial stability. Now, is this true to some extent, actually?
Yeah. See, I don't say that you don't need money to live or
Hmm.
enjoy life or what success or
Yeah.
something like that. I don't say that. You need money
Hmm.
because, see, in the very good old days, you had a barter system.
Oh, yeah.
Barter system. See,
Hmm.
suppose if you have some 10 kg of wheat,
Hmm.
you can give, and you can, if other person is having some goat or something like that, you can exchange. So
Yeah.
there was no need of, there was no any medium of exchange there.
Hmm.
So there was no any like measurement.
Yeah.
There was no any measurement that wealth
Hmm.
measurement was not there.
Yeah.
So whatever, if you want to be considered as a rich, then you should have more livestock or
Hmm.
grains at home or something like that.
Or more
Matlab,
land, like.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have enough to eat and live.
Hmm.
That was how it was looked at. But nowadays they see at the bank balance.
Oh, yeah.
They see at the, which area he's residing,
Hmm.
which car he's driving, which mobile he's having, whether it's iPhone or Galaxy or whatever that this
Hmm.
thing is there, and how much kg gold he's wearing.
Oh, yeah.
This kind of things they see.
Hmm.
It's not that. First, you see that, as I already told,
Hmm.
by how much finance or how much money you are able to uh, fulfill your needs,
Hmm.
fulfill your when I say needs, it need not be only basic
Basic needs,
needs.
yeah.
You, as a human, we should have some entertainment.
Yeah.
Include that also, no problem. Include your responsibilities also. Include your needs, basic needs also. Everything
Hmm.
you add up and see that this much is enough, na.
Yeah.
As I told, and it doesn't mean that every second month you should go for a trip.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's not that. So you decide. We can't say that if a person is having 1 crore or 10 crore or so much, so that brings that stability or something like that.
Hmm.
Because there are people who, as I already told, who are having a stable life, even if they hundreds, if they earn some 50,000 also.
Hmm.
There are people who don't have a financial stability even when they earn 50 crore also.
Yeah.
So it is like how you uh,
Yeah.
see your
Spending habits and
needs,
all of that. Yeah.
spending this thing, and how you have the attitude, what attitude you have.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if that is the thing, if that you are able to manage, I think it's basically individual choice or individual matters there.
Hmm.
Uh, so I can't define that to be financially success, how much you need. But of course, some amount is required to live a comfortable life, and that some amount, it again depends on the
Yeah, it depends on the
situation,
person as well. Yeah.
situation, culture,
Hmm.
the background.
Yeah.
Because a person who comes from village,
Hmm.
he'll survive even with 5,000.
Oh yeah.
He'll have a
Definitely.
comfortable life. But that same thing we can't expect a person who comes from a city background or urban
Yeah.
this thing.
Urban
Can't.
background.
So it depends on various factors.
Hmm.
But I say that depending on the situation or this thing, some amount is required to have a decent life, a comfortable life. That much I can say.
Yeah, nowadays, like a lot of youngsters are becoming parents, like India, 25, 27, they're getting married and all of that. So I think they should teach, their kids from quite a young age, actually, the
Yeah,
importance of spending
yeah.
and the importance of money, like how to save, how to invest, and, don't spend in excess. Like, of course, like nowadays, these youngsters are very rich.
This is a good point that you have brought up. See, from the childhood, if you need not have to train him or something like that.
Yeah.
You should make the child to understand that whatever the pocket money you are giving, or even the fees that you are paying for him or her, that money, it has some value.
Yeah.
It's not that chumma, okay, 2 lakhs fees, okay, we can pay. It's not that. You should make him understand that, see, we are paying so much, so you should get so much of marks.
Yeah.
Then only it's something like you're
Of
giving, you're
value, like,
respecting
yeah.
that, you're respecting that. So, and also even when we many cases I have seen that parents, they give some pocket money. Okay, fine, you give that. Nowadays childrens, they need that one.
Yeah.
But you inquire what he has done with
Yeah,
that
like
money.
ask an accountability
Yeah.
for it. Yeah.
Oh, what he has spent, whether he has spent some, after carefully considering the things, or chumma, I have money, I have to spend. No. If he is doing that, you teach him the value of the money. It's not that if I give 1K to you, it's not that till that 1K is done, you can spend. So 1K is given, but if you are spending, you spend it for eating whenever you are hungry.
Yeah.
Chumma, no, it's not that you have
Yeah,
money.
money comes
You,
into your hands and you
it's
spend
not
it.
that.
Yeah.
So basically, as you told, we should teach our children the value of the money,
Of course.
how to spend, where to spend. That attitude, if you build up, no, as I said, the financial discipline, it will build up slowly.
Yeah. And with that said, that officially brings us to the end of today's show. And a huge thank you to Mr. Kiran for joining
Thank
today's show and giving your advice.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that said, guys, remember we air on Mondays at 4:30 p.m. That's it. If you guys have any questions to ask us or want to contribute to any of our topics, you can reach out to us at 6364252164. And a huge thank you to our listeners for tuning in to this edition of the Reality Bang, your weekly dose of youth power, brought to you by FEBA Online. This is RJ Yohann. Hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you next Monday. God bless you.